Yo guys, Cyber's back and I'm here to tell you should watch or pass Devilman Crybaby. You know this new Netflix series that everyone's telling about. Devilman Crybaby is a Japanese anime directed by Masaki Yaosa and written by Ichiro Okuchi as a Netflix original series in 2008. The anime itself is based on a manga by Go Nagai released back in 1972. Yeah, it's an old ass manga, but now let's see if like wine manga get better the older they are. In this anime, you follow Akira Fudo, a normal high school student boy who, after meeting with his childhood friend Ryo Asuka, learn about the existence of demons. So yeah, Ryo wants to show Akira that there are demons, so they go to a bar and start to make a mess so that the demon shows up. Then the demons start to attack them. And now, for some reason, Akira is giving the power of a demon. This makes him Devilman, a man with the body of a demon but with the heart of a normal human. As Devilman, Akira now has superhuman strength, speed, endurance, and can fly. All those abilities give him the power he needs to fight the demon while staying in control of his body. He then uses his new ability to take on the demons who are hiding in this world, pretending to be human, while protecting himself, the people that he loves and care about, and making sure that they don't know that he's the Devilman. As Akira progresses in his quest, the line that defines what makes a human and demon become tenor and tenor. Without spoiling anything, the story takes turns that you wouldn't think it would. And a lot of things happen as the story progresses in the later episode. Alright, so now let's get started in the originality. Is this show original? I'm gonna start by saying, yeah, the show is really original in the way they tell the story. But let's start with the concept. Is the concept of the show original? Well, not really. It's a classic superhero concept. Basically, a guy became a superhero and started to beat up bad guy and save people. That's the concept of the show. But the way they execute the story, I'll get to this later, is original in its own right and stay away from the typical cliche that you would have in a superhero story. So I'll say that the show is pretty original, even if the concept is cliche. If I could compare it to other anime, I would say let's say Kill la Kill is super original. So let's put it here. And then, let's say, I don't know, a typical high school magical anime, let's say Makuga Kuku is here, alright? So if I could place Devilman strictly on the plot, I would place it around here, in the middle. But, in the way they tell the story, I have no other choice but to put it a little bit closer to Kill la Kill. The originality is here, we have to say it. Now for the setting, well, the show is set in the real world, but if demon would be among us. The setting is really cool and you have a lot of lore to uncover. Saying more would spoil, but I have to say that the setting is a strong point of this anime. So far I've only said good stuff about this show, but now it's time for something that is a little bit more negative. The pacing. The pacing for me is one of the principal issues of this show. Since it's only like 10 episodes, the show is really fast. And sometimes you and the character don't really have the time to feel the moment that you're in, because we are already in someplace else since it's super fast. I would say that it would probably have been a good move to add some episodes to this show so that the pacing feel a little bit less fast. Now for the execution. Well, the execution is spot on. I really like the way they try to take their own way of telling the superhero story. I like how they approach it a little bit more realistically than most, like, let's say Marvel or DC movie. Again, it's a bit hard to talk about without spoiling anything, but I will say that this show gets unexpected fast. Now for how I enjoyed the show and for the overall quality. For real, the show deserves its hype. It's really good. It might look uselessly edgy at first, but the more and more the show went on, the more and more I was invested with the story. The pacing might be fast and can be a weakness, but now that I think about it, it can also be a strength. This show gets straight to the point. And it had its fun moment, but it's mostly filled with badass moments, and some sad and emotional moment here and there. It also has some pretty damn good twist and turn. If I could describe this show in 3 words, I would say weird and badass. Now let's go into character for a bit. Akira is a pretty damn good main character. I like the fact that even if he became a devil, he remained the crybaby that he was when it all started. I like how you can tell that he's a typical superhero of, let's say, DC and Marvel. He wants to save people at all costs and put other people before him. His character is a perfect choice of protagonist of this sick, twisted show full of death and agony. Now let's go for the side character, which is one of the other weak points of this show for me. Rio, his friend, is an interesting character in its own way. He's hard to talk about without spoiling plot point. If I could describe him, I would say he's a cold type of guy that could make tough calls and would do anything for the sake of what he believed in. Then there's Miki. She's fine, I guess. There's not much to talk about with her character. She is just like the love interest in the main character. She's not annoying or anything. She's just, there's not much to talk about with her. Except Miki and Rio. There's also the bully guys. They get a tiny bit of development, but there's not much to talk about. And then there's Miko. She's a fine character, nothing outstanding and nothing much to talk about. Most of the side cast didn't do much to help the overall quality of the show. I think it's more Akira and Rio that make this show so great. The side character was just fine. Now for the visual, while I like this stylish art style that they decide to go with this show, I'm not a big fan of it either. I'm not saying that it's ugly or anything, I'm just saying that I like it, but I would have preferred something a little bit more detailed. On the other hand, I think that this stylish art style give this show a little bit more personality and help it being so unique. Now for the animation, I think it's pretty good, especially in the fight, but it could have been better here and there. So yeah, that was my opinion on the visual.
金もない学もない先行きすら真っ暗いこの街に生まれ落ちた時点で未来なんてない光はあるのかそりゃどこかにはあるかもでも未だ迷子迷路どの道を行けど曲がり角割れた窓なく赤子の声が響くこのゲトマジヘドが出るぜ俺ら飛び出すその先へとだけど未だ抜け出すことできないまるで卵の殻に閉じ込められてるよな真っ暗闇
Finally, Watch Your Pass, for me, I would say it's a must watch. This show is pretty damn good, and if you start now, you will probably find yourself binge watching it until the end. But it's not for everyone, especially if you don't like gore and nudity. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video, and to click on the channel to see more.